Hey guys, Pastor Rod, happy Wednesday morning. Today's short message is going to come to us out of Matthew chapter 12, verse 34. Jesus is speaking with the Pharisees, and he says this, "You brood of vipers, how can you who are evil say anything good? For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of." Some years ago, I was riding motorcycles quite a bit back then, and I was a pretty new Christian. And I was in the process of changing the rear tire on my motorcycle, and you use spoons to do that. They're these kind of flat metal bars, and as you peel the tire off the rim, it's under quite a bit of force, and you just put these little metal bars in and you begin to roll them around until the tire comes off. Well, the tire was under a lot of pressure, and I had my thumb in the wrong place, and the spoon slipped and smashed my thumb. Now, under normal circumstances, a tirade of profanity would have followed that. But instead, what happened was I said, "Thank you, Jesus." And when that came out of my mouth, I was caught completely off guard. I wasn't sure what to say. I was so taken back by it that I put everything down, went in the house and got a drink, went out and sat underneath the tree, and just was pondering to myself. And I remember thinking, that has got to be the most foolish thing you have ever said, thanking God for your thumb getting smashed. Now, as I was thinking these things in my mind, the Lord spoke to me, and He gave me the passage, "From the abundance of your heart, so your mouth speaks." What I want you to realize is that under times of pressure or stress, what's in your heart is simply revealed. See, at that time of stress, my heart wasn't filled with blackness or profanity. My heart was full of praise. And in that time, what came out of my mouth was simply what was overflowing in my heart, and that was worship for the Lord. So in fact, it did make sense for me to thank the Lord in a time of stress. I find it interesting often, especially as a pastor, how people tend to try to hold their tongue around me. A lot of people are pretty well versed in profanity, and yet when they talk with me, they are struggling quite a bit to keep their language into what they feel is an appropriate check. I think of Jesus at the well with that woman, and she's having a discussion with him, and as soon as she finds out that he's a prophet, she recognizes he's a prophet, immediately she starts to talk perpendicular to him. So she was having a conversation, and now she wants to talk religion. There's an immediate change, and people find out I'm a pastor, and boy, they just start watching their language. I want you to understand something. Your language, what comes out of your mouth, is a barometer of what's in your heart. We can do our best to hold our tongue and to try to say the right things at the right time, but under times of stress, under times of pressure, smash your thumb with the hammer and see what comes out of your mouth, because it is from the abundance of your heart that your mouth speaks. So maybe you have a stressful incident and you don't like how you're responding in that incident. What that means is you need to change what your heart is full of. So if I will begin to hide His word in my heart, if I'll begin to hide praise in my heart, I'll begin to store up these things in my heart, then in times of stress, they will be the things that will overflow from my heart. What I want you to understand, it's nothing more than a barometer. It just shows you where you're at and what's in your heart. So today, instead of trying to hide the things that are in your heart, change them. Give the word its proper place. Give worship its proper place. And next time you're under an immense amount of stress, you'll find the right things coming out of your mouth instead of the wrong things. Hope you find that encouraging today, and don't forget to tell somebody about Jesus. Have an awesome week.